What if I told you that a simple white powder sitting in almost every kitchen cupboard could help restore the kind of erections you thought were gone for good? Most men assume the only solution is a pill, but the truth is, your body still has the ability to respond. It just needs the right conditions. And here's where things get interesting. A common, inexpensive ingredient you already have in your kitchen might help restore that natural firmness: baking soda. Yes, plain baking soda, but before you rush to the cupboard, let me explain why it works, how to use it correctly, and what powerful results it can unlock when combined with a few simple habits. Stay with me until the end because I'll share the exact way to prepare and drink it for maximum effect, along with other natural methods that multiply its benefits. Let's start with the why. Erections are not just about arousal. They are a full-body event that requires three things working in harmony: open blood vessels that can carry blood easily, strong testosterone to fuel desire and performance, and responsive nerves to send sharp signals between your brain and your body. As the years pass, each of these systems begins to change. Arteries can stiffen with plaque, narrowing the passageways and making it harder for blood to surge in quickly. Testosterone levels drop gradually, often by 1 to 2% each year after the age of 30. And this steady decline weakens desire, energy, and firmness. At the same time, the pelvic floor muscles, the hidden muscles that trap blood in the penis, weaken if they are not used or trained, reducing your ability to stay hard once blood arrives. And that is only part of the picture. Lifestyle factors add fuel to the fire. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, a hormone that restricts blood flow and lowers testosterone. Poor diet creates inflammation that clogs arteries and irritates the prostate. Lack of sleep robs you of the deep rest when testosterone is produced and blood vessels repair. Piece by piece, these small changes add up until one day you notice your erections are weaker, they don't last as long, and they don't feel as satisfying as they once did. Now here's the hopeful truth. Much of this decline is not permanent. Your body is incredibly adaptable, and if you focus on restoring circulation, calming inflammation, and supporting hormonal balance, firmness often returns. And that's where baking soda comes in. This simple natural compound can help reset the environment inside your body, reduce acidity, improve oxygen delivery, and give your blood vessels the freedom to do their job again. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, might seem too ordinary to have any impact on something as complex as erections. Most people only think of it as a baking ingredient or something to keep in the fridge to absorb odors, but inside the body, it can play a surprisingly powerful role. First, baking soda helps balance pH levels. When your bloodstream becomes too acidic, which happens from diets heavy in sugar, processed foods, alcohol, and even chronic stress, your blood vessels become irritated. Acidic environments promote inflammation, and inflammation makes arteries less flexible. Imagine trying to push water through a hose that is hardened and narrowed. The flow slows down and pressure drops. That is exactly what happens in your blood vessels. By gently shifting the body back toward more alkaline state, baking soda reduces this inflammation, allowing blood vessels to relax and blood to flow more freely. And when blood flows better, erections naturally improve. Second, baking soda improves circulation by reducing lactic acid buildup. This is one of the reasons athletes sometimes drink baking soda water before endurance events. Lactic acid is a byproduct of muscle activity and poor oxygen utilization. When too much builds up, muscles feel heavy, tired, and oxygen delivery slows. Baking soda helps buffer and neutralize this acid, clearing the way for oxygen to move through the bloodstream more efficiently. Oxygen is not just fuel for your brain and muscles, it is critical for erectile tissue. Erections are at their core a hydraulic event, and oxygen-rich blood is the fluid that makes the system work. Finally, baking soda supports kidney function and helps flush toxins. The kidneys regulate fluid balance, filter waste, and help control blood pressure. When kidneys are overworked or inflamed, circulation suffers and hormone balance can shift in the wrong direction. By lightening the load on the kidneys, baking soda indirectly protects testosterone production and even supports prostate health. Both of these are essential for maintaining desire, firmness, and energy. Now here's where you must be careful. Do not fall into the trap of thinking more is better. Many men are tempted to take a full teaspoon or even more, hoping for faster results. What actually happens is the opposite. Large amounts of baking soda can cause stomach upset, bloating, and too much sodium in the blood, which stresses the kidneys and raises blood pressure. The sweet spot is half a teaspoon. Small, controlled, and consistent. Done this way, your body gradually shifts into balance without side effects, and the benefits build week by week. So, what happens when you add this nightly ritual? For many men, the first signs are subtle but encouraging. Within the very first week, digestion often feels lighter. That heavy, sluggish feeling after dinner starts to fade. Sleep becomes deeper and less interrupted, and bloating that used to feel normal begins to ease away. These are small signals, but they're proof that your internal environment is shifting in the right direction. By the second or third week, the changes become harder to ignore. Morning firmness often starts to return, sometimes just a little at first, then more consistent as the days go by. Erections last longer, sensitivity sharpens, and the body feels more responsive, not only during intimacy, but even throughout the day. Energy levels rise, mood improves, and confidence begins to rebuild. And remember, this is not an instant pill that tricks your system for a few hours and then leaves you drained. This is a natural reset that works with your body's own repair cycles. Each night you stay consistent, you're retraining your circulation, your hormones, and your nerves to function the way they were designed to. Over time, the improvements stack on top of each other until what once felt like a frustrating decline now feels like a steady return to strength. Think of it as conditioning your body back into balance. Not forcing it, not fighting it, but guiding it. The longer you give this practice, the more reliable your performance becomes, and the more your mornings start to feel like they did years ago. For many men, that simple change is life-changing because it doesn't just restore erections, it restores confidence and vitality. Baking soda is powerful, but it works best when combined with simple, supportive habits that amplify its effects. Think of the drink as the foundation and these lifestyle choices as the reinforcements that make the structure strong and long-lasting. Hydration is the first key. Erections depend heavily on fluid balance. When your blood is thick from dehydration, your heart and vessels have to work harder just to move it around. That makes it harder for blood to reach the erectile tissue quickly and in full volume. By drinking water steadily throughout the day, not just at night, you give your body the fluid it needs to keep circulation smooth and effortless. The next step is nutrition, particularly nitrate-rich foods. Beets, spinach, and arugula are champions when it comes to nitric oxide production, the chemical that relaxes blood vessels and allows them to open wide. When you combine these foods with the balancing effect of baking soda, the two work in harmony. Baking soda reduces the inflammation that narrows vessels, while nitrates give them the signal to open. Together, they create a powerful environment for blood flow. Testosterone support is another piece of the puzzle. Zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, oysters, and beef, along with healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, or salmon, give your body the raw materials to keep testosterone levels strong. Remember, testosterone is not just about desire, it plays a direct role in firmness, confidence, and stamina. Supporting it naturally ensures that your nightly ritual pays off even more. Then there is the often overlooked factor of relaxation. Stress is one of the greatest killers of erections. When cortisol, your stress hormone, is too high, blood vessels tighten and testosterone plummets. But the fix is simple. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing, meditation, or light stretching before bed lowers cortisol and puts your body in rest and restore mode. Pair that with your glass of baking soda water and you are giving your system every chance to recover and recharge. Finally, do not forget the importance of training the pelvic floor. Kegel exercises and glute bridges strengthen the exact muscles that trap blood inside the penis, preventing it from leaking out too soon. Stronger muscles mean longer-lasting firmness and better control during intimacy. Each of these habits on their own makes a difference, but when combined with baking soda, they transform a simple drink into part of a powerful routine that restores not only erections, but overall vitality. This is how you stack the odds in your favor, one small choice at a time, adding up to big results. Now, an important note, because while baking soda is simple and inexpensive, it is not something to take carelessly. In the right amount, it can be an effective natural aid, but in large amounts or in the wrong circumstances, it can create problems.
Baking soda is generally safe for most healthy adults when used in small measured doses, but if you have certain conditions, you need to be cautious. Men with high blood pressure must be careful because baking soda contains sodium, which in excess can raise blood pressure further. If you have kidney disease, your body may not process sodium efficiently, which can create fluid imbalances. And if you've been told by your doctor to follow a sodium-restricted diet, you should not begin this routine without medical supervision. Dosage matters more than anything. Never exceed 1 teaspoon per day. Half a teaspoon in water before bed is more than enough to shift your body's chemistry in a safe way. Taking more will not speed up your results, it will only increase the risk of bloating, gas, or discomfort, and in some cases it can even disturb your mineral balance. The goal here is consistency, not excess. Think of it as a gentle nudge to your body's systems night after night rather than a heavy push. A small amount taken daily builds a lasting effect because your body has time to adjust, heal, and repair. Large doses do the opposite. They shock your system, cause side effects, and may even interrupt the very processes you're trying to support. So let's put this together. Erections after 50 don't have to fade. Your body is still capable of powerful natural firmness, it just needs the right environment. By lowering inflammation, improving circulation, and supporting testosterone, a simple glass of baking soda water before bed can set the stage for rock-hard erections in the morning. Add in hydration, nutrient-rich foods, stress relief, and pelvic floor exercises, and you're giving your body every tool it needs to perform like it once did. Gentlemen, try this simple method for a few weeks, stay consistent, and you may be shocked at the changes. This is Dr. Sophia Carter reminding you that age is not the end of vitality. With the right habits, you can feel confident, energized, and firm.